Hey Capricorn, Ali from Indigo Ascension. Welcome to your first weekly click read for 2021. Now, this is going to cover the week beginning January 11th. So I was going to do a year ahead, but I've just been really busy doing 2021 astrology forecasts for everyone, and I've loved doing them. But I may still do a year ahead for the zodiacs on YouTube, okay? So I'll let you know on here if I do so. However, let's focus on this year, okay? And I'll start with giving you some background on the energy we're coming out of. Last year we saw Mars transition from Aries into Taurus. We saw Venus enter your sign, Cappy. And this year we have a new moon in your sign. Yeah, I know, it's like all about Cappy. But that new moon in Capricorn is conjunct Pluto. Now, many Capricorns, you're going to be experiencing this energy in your first house. The first house is all about self, every aspect of your life, and it's going to feel like a review time as far as how far you have come, not just in the conjunctions and retrogrades of last year, okay? There was a lot of heavy Capricorn placement last year, but more so go back 2 years prior. Something kicked off in 2017, which took you on this trajectory into 2020. This new moon is almost like your affirmation that everything has happened. The deep transformative work you have done has been of purpose, okay? Trust the process. I know that sounds cliche when we hear that. I also want to make you guys aware, because this is in your first house, you know, using this energy to reflect on everything, almost taking a 12th house approach in many ways, where we get deep into the subconscious and really looking at the core. Because that is the energy Capricorn new moon conjunct Pluto is offering the collective, okay? It is offering the collective an opportunity to get to the core of what this shadow masculine energy means. Like, male or female, Capricorn is the father of the zodiac, okay? It is the CEO of the zodiac. So apply these themes, and when you look at shadow and light, we know in ourselves, in our lives, in the connections around us, in our world, where this superficial attachment to attaining goals and experiencing old definitions of success and abundance, winning at all costs, dominance over others, sort of that ruthless dark masculine energy, which sort of is like it is controlling, okay? Whether we're actively putting our will and force and control on another, whether it's happening in subtle and sort of passive aggressive ways, you know, winning at all costs, protection at all costs. You know, this sort of energy is infused in workplaces. Yeah, we know what politics looks like. We're seeing it right across the globe in politics at the moment. You know, take it however it resonates, and certainly empaths would have experienced this in their fear-based responses within relationships, and certainly have experienced it in their relationships, watching the fear-based responses within others, okay? So we know if we are to do that thing again, love again, try again, go back into the workplace again, I want to shift my perception about how I think and feel about any aspect of life. And literally, Capricorn, this is in your first house. It is all about you. Your sense of being you, what is shifting, what has shifted since this time last year, since this time in 2017, before that ecliptical cycle and major conjunction stuff was happening for you, yeah? Deep, cathartic, transformative. Have you allowed the space to receive yourself and listen to the wisdom of soul? Okay, what does it say? Because I can talk all day about the shadow masculine and how that is everywhere in our world, but I can also talk about this divine masculine light energy, okay? All of us, male or female, seek the security of the embodied energy of the father, okay? And it, you know, whether we've had father figures or not, it is that sense of safety, because I'm looking at Saturn energy, all right? So Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. It is about the boundaries in the world we live in, the structures, you know, that we know within our society. You just go off and do this at this certain age, and you go and get a job, and that's always relied upon, and I'll get an income because that's my right. And how do I survive within these structures? How do I make, you know, optimize my own personal experience of it? How do I beat the system if that is relevant? Really getting to the core of Saturn in Capricorn energy as we transition into Saturn, into Aquarius energy, is really different collective energy. There is a whole new ballgame at play. There is this overview of going, my God, I didn't even realize it when I was in the thick of things, of those structures, that it really doesn't serve the greater good. And Capricorn, in its highest element, carries a deep, deep obligation and this noble sense of responsibility for the family it looks after, for the workplace it manages, for the company it runs. Male or female Capricorn energy, highly empathic, and may not even speak that they have needs. Yeah, so that's why we sort of look at that Capricorn tendency to not speak about their emotions. They feel very deeply, okay, and a lot of that big stuff that they're doing is for the people, for the ones that matter the most, whether they communicate that or not. And then they can get lost in the journey then, you know, up to the top of the mountain and winning at all costs. And you can get lost in that story about the reason why it was all for. All right, I'll leave that with you, Cappy. So we're going to be noticing collectively a lot of inner frustration, and maybe not so you guys, because this is first house energy for you. You would have felt that growing frustration as we led up to January. You might have experienced it from the 21st of December last year into, you know, the first couple of weeks of January, but you'll be noticing this energy subsidizing in many ways, subsiding. Can you tell I've been talking at a camera for a long time for the last 2 weeks? All right, underneath the deck, adversity. I remember a reading for you guys last year where you are the lighthouse. Okay, whether people say it or not, okay, this adversity has been your lighthouse. You have been the lighthouse for many through adverse situations. Life has been a lighthouse for you in many ways, Capricorn. All right, take it however it resonates, where you're sitting now on the precipice of looking back and looking ahead, because you know the obligation to carry the cosmos as you were last year is now being handed over to Aquarius. Heads up, Cappy. Okay, 2021 is a highly prosperous year for you. So you make your own definitions around prosperity, okay? A lot of this Aquarian energy will be shifting into your house of finances, material possessions. And again, it's not about the surface material stuff, but it can be, okay? But more importantly, what are you choosing to possess? What wisdom will you take with you? What is not yours to possess as an empath because it was family patterning, something you deeply, whatever the case may be, yeah? We go to soul, we go to surface, we are practically spiritual. I could talk forever and a day, but these are quick reads, Ali. Oh, my YouTube ads. Why are you not playing? Sorry, Capricorn. There we go. Guilt has shown up, honesty and growth. Okay, maybe we're releasing the last dregs, okay, of whatever wisdoms were trying to be integrated for you, Capricorn, last year. You are at the center of this honesty card, okay, but ahead is growth. Now, let's take a look at this energy of guilt. I'm a big fan of getting raw and real of what guilt truly means for us. The beauty of it, it means, you know, it's great. We are attached to our humanity and empathy. But in practical ways, it can also hold us back from true growth. Yeah. So what sits between guilt and growth? Well, in your spread today, honesty. Okay. And the honesty card, surely it talks about, you know, I can't expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. But again, as empowered empaths, we take accountability for our circumstances, ourself, our perceptions and feelings. How can you get honest with self about this guilt, about the growth ahead? What are you going to claim as yours? What are you going to walk away from when it comes to conflict? Because there is some sort of karmic balancing still at play. Maybe there's an element, a belief, something you're not yet ready to let go of. Beautiful energy under these stars. It's not even Mercury retrograde. Maybe I'm feeling it because it's coming at the end of January. God, maybe I've just done a lot of videos. Under these stars, under this sky, this cosmic sky, Capricorn, maybe there is something you are still not letting go of. I'm going to say you know it, okay? Because you're in first house energy now, so it's about self, death and rebirth before that beginning can happen, okay? And look where it takes you, to yourself. Holy dooly, look at this. And then the Emperor, male or female. This is me being a manager, me being the CEO. if it's business related, if it's you just feeling confident and successful in self, okay? Just again, use the analogy. I feel I'm talking to Capricorns that are still releasing the final dregs. Like I said, a lot of this, as all the planets, like literally, if you look at a chart over the next 2 months, all the planets move from Capricorn into Aquarius. All the there's going to be a heavy focus in your possession sector, in your material success sector. Okay, and I, as a normal human being, I can look, that's my money house, sure. But what do you possess that is yours? What are you choosing to take with you that is, and as an empath, okay, energetically not yours to carry. Getting clear about the commitments moving forward is where you're at, feeling confident to put strong boundary lines down. When the Queen of Swords shows up, there is no mucking around, okay? You don't even have to test her boundaries. She like just exudes this energy of, goodness me, I don't want to cross that woman. She's not an idiot, okay? She can sense everything. She literally can sense what you're thinking. So don't mess with her. Embody that energy, Capricorn, okay? In a feminine way, if you're masculine, if you're feminine. You know, apply it however it resonates. There's a new commitment, a new contract, a new pathway ahead that will lead to amazing growth, can I just say? But here we are. Let's get raw, let's get real, let's get honest, let's get clear in the mind and in the heart about this guilt you're carrying, what you're possessing and choosing to take forward with you. Because you're at the Hangman energy. You're still coming out of Hangman energy. Hangman energy is forcing a new perception. Okay, so I might be going back to blueprint over a relationship, my desires for love, my future self, my health goals, anything that relates to first house. This is yourself, who you are in connection, who you are in love, who you are in business, who you are to yourself, the role you have always played. Like this, I'm connecting into Capricorns that are transitioning roles. Literally have experienced metamorphosis, and all of this was of purpose, okay? Just be mindful of energy of envy that might be holding you back, and I'm wondering if that's attachment and why you're feeling guilt, because it's that Capricornian way in your evolved or light element to feel that, you know, that nobility when it comes to carrying the greater good for all, like doing acts of service for the greater, like there's something here about that, okay? Just be mindful of it, Cap. That was your weekly quick read, my friend. I hope you got something out of that. By all means, if you want a personal reading, you can do so by booking one through the Indigo Ascension shop. If you're looking for a 2021 personalized intuitive astrology forecast, it's 1.5 hour content. We go through and look at your natal placements, everything pertaining to the energies at the time of your birth. We look at all of this year's energies and how, most importantly, you can uniquely make the most of it. Collective energy is collective energy, but how we each experience is unique to our own cosmic signature, all right? And I'll also include some numerology aspects, some energy management and clearing and support tools for the year ahead to make sure that we're vibrating as empowered empaths, okay? Have an amazing week. I'll see you next time, friend. Take care.